All right, Chef. How are you doing today?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, getting ready for summer?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, the sunshine, 70 degrees.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, getting ready to plant the herbs on the boughs.
Yes, sir.
Well, a lot of the members haven't had a chance to meet you yet, Chef. So everyone, this is Chef Nicholas Frills here. Been running the kitchen for us for almost a year now. He's doing an amazing job and just really improving things all the time. Got some questions for you, Chef. What do you think? Can I bug you while you're cooking?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
All right. So what does spring and summer in Chicago look like on the plate for our club members?
For the most part, we're going to try to use a lot of stone berries, a lot of real proteins, keep it light, refreshing, citrusy.
Fun fact, you are a former vegetarian, converted back to the omnivore life.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, the vegan life was crazy.
Yeah.
But can't taste protein.
Yeah, yep, exactly. But big supporter of the group, yeah?
Of course.
So what's the one must try that you're starting to engineer for the upcoming menus? Is there something that you're just so pumped to put on for the members to give a go?
I guess a couple things. Really the prime rib stroganoff. It's
Nice.
been on the menu. Will be on the new menu, but I think the members love it. I love it as well. Fresh pasta, can't beat prime rib.
Reinvention of an old classic.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course,
nice.
Bring it back. And then another one that we are going to try is the seared halibut. Fresh veggies, a white wine beurre blanc. It's gonna be great.
All right, Chef, so here's a big one for you, okay? We're going to get philosophical.
Here it is.
All right, so what inspired you to become a chef?
I guess a couple things. Right after the military, was just looking for a career. I guess cooking was one of those things that kind of interested me most. Cooking for friends, cooking for family. That was really the start of it all. And then from there, just consistent learning, growing. And that's where I'm here now.
So as someone who grew up here in Chicago, how does the city's iconic food and style influence your cuisine?
Heavily. Last week we did a couple of features. Chicken Vesuvio was one of them. Chicago classic staple. But Chicago just has so much to offer on the culinary scene that it's, you can't help but to be immersed in it. So
Obviously, we have the things you have to do at Columbia. You gotta have the Columbia burger. You're bringing back the classic of the stroganoff. There better be bookbinder, Chef. All that fun stuff, right? But what, when you're building a menu, inspires you to expand on that? What are you looking to do to engineer a menu that's going to excite the members beyond the classics?
really just keeping it seasonal, keeping it fresh. I think that's when I go and dine somewhere, that's what I'm looking for. So I think bringing that to the members will help, elevate the experience.
Where do you see our dining going, with you at the helm of the kitchen? A lot of the cool things we're working on here, along with, improving the dining rooms around the club. Where do you see us going?
For the most part, we've kind of implemented the feature menu, so allows me to be creative while also give the members, different experiences. What I would like to get back to is more so the dining room experience.
Yeah.
So more course meals for the members. I think bringing that back will definitely give us another component on top of the shit.
So when you're not in the galley, what are you doing around Chicago?
Usually enjoying the cuisine.
All right, there
For
we
the most
go.
part.
All right, so Chef, one of the members sees you walk around the club, they never met you before. How do they approach you?
I would just say get my attention, ask what's on the menu, ask what's new, what's fresh. I'm always excited to talk to the members about food. So,
Very cool.
whenever they see me, I'm always willing to stop and talk about food. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dynamite, yeah. And, the Bar and Grill Committee with Carol at the helm. She's always looking at those feedback forms, too, getting us the good info, right?
I'm always-
Absolutely. Well, and then also we'll make sure to put away people can email you if they have questions, concerns about dietary things.
Of course.
Because I know from experience when people have something vegan, high intolerances, those sort of things, you always make a special for them.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Chef, thanks for your time today.
Hey,
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.